Welcome to Date Night Podcast,
a tabletop role-playing game podcast set in the homebrew world of Volyanaya.
Let's explore a whole new world together.
Okay, so we were on our way to the Montrose estate. You spent your first night, and Welby was a were-gnoll, apparently.
Yeah.
Thude, of course, tried to rectify the situation, but was stopped unjustly by the others.
Unjustly indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next morning comes. Marina, please make a Constitution saving throw. I'm guessing she fails. Did you beat a DC 15? That's another nat 1.
This is gonna be fun.
I'd like to paint the scene.
No, you
The
don't want
sun
to paint the scene because it
is
wasn't
just
available.
coming over the horizon. The birds are singing. The morning music is playing.
The morning
And-
music.
I hate that song. God, I hate that.
Jenkins, stop playing that music. I've had a long night.
And
Marina is sick again.
as if to support this wonderful beatific moment you're all having, Marina loses her, well, whatever little she ate of bread the day before is now across just outside of her tent. I'm assuming you crawled outside of your tent.
Yeah.
Okay. So Marina crawls outside of her tent and then loses her breakfast and whatever stomach
And then goes
contents
and
she
sits
has
behind her tent.
all over the ground, and then goes and sits behind her tent. So of course, everybody kind of hears this happening, and Callum gets up. Marina, are you all right?
I'm fine. Just go away.
Is she sick?
Yeah, she does this like all the time. I think she's pregnant.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the least of our problems right now. I mean, he thinks I'm a were-gnoll.
She's pregnant with his aware baby.
There's some kind of thing coming through the void. I mean, if
Can she hear
Marina's
us?
got a bun in the oven,
Yeah.
I think,
The camp hears this.
kind of a side plot at this point.
Absolutely a thing.
If she could have gotten any more pale, she did.
Yeah.
Wait, she is.
She's hiding behind her tent at the moment.
She's super preggers. You should see her eat. It's like
Bread.
a whale to plankton,
It's like she has extra teeth or something.
right? Yeah, it's a better way to put it, actually. Better than a whale. Great white. It's ravenous.
Just described a pregnant woman as a whale to Oh. I could have done nothing to turn the party against each other better than that. Oh, God.
Well, that's fairly reasonable as far as comparisons go. Could be worse.
Oh,
Could be your wife pregnant.
If I had a wife.
What? What?
Pregnant.
Have you ever
Whales.
heard about
Great
mashing
whites.
potatoes before?
What you do is you have to take your sausage shaped potato and you play joust with a bun shaped potato. I thought you were a king. I thought you would have known this. I've never arm wrestled a king. Do you want to try?
Yes, you have.
Don't tell them. Welby, I'm starting to think that maybe we're too mature for this group.
Yeah, I mean,
We can
that
take
caught
it.
me off guard.
We know how things work.
yeah.
Love, life, living,
Tubers.
two. Very. I mean, some are more pronounced than others. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
No shame.
I'm so happy we did this. I really am. This has just been the best little arc of all time. Josh, you want to come to the main campaign for a while?
Only if we can talk about potato sacks and the variations there within.
You're welcome to.
I have an extra microphone.
I don't think Sam and him could be in the same room. There just wouldn't be any playing anymore.
That would be okay with me.
Okay.
I have a hard time prepping enough lately with school, so Just do that, and I'll just watch.
Sam's the one that looks like you.
Mm-hmm.
This is nephews.
A blood thing.
Yeah, we have blood that looks alike.
It's weird. But yeah, these guys just can't handle it, I don't think. But anyway.
So Callum looks just completely stunned and floored for a second, then he does compose himself.
And it wasn't one of us that did it to her. Like, I think it was on her own accord. Like,
Perhaps
before we met her.
Yeah.
I think.
Perhaps we should break
or maybe
camp.
the Kraken. That'd be weird.
I mean, weird, maybe, but some people have
Do you think
certain
the moose?
proclivities. Just
You don't think the moose did it?
no, I definitely don't think so.
Okay, good.
I don't think so.
I mean, spores and all that shit. You know.
I
Could be
doubt it.
airborne.
Perhaps we should break camp and keep going.
Yeah, I'd say that makes sense right about now.
Yeah. I pack up my burlap sacks. So.
Can I talk to Thoot before we go?
Sure.
Of course. I suppose we'll prepare the rest of the party.
We
Thoot,
really got to take care of your curse. I've been meaning to talk to you about this since last night.
yeah, can we talk about that?
Yeah.
That was not the way.
Amy's still broken. She's got a mouthful of water and can't swallow
You know,
it.
you go through scenarios, because he had to find out eventually. You go through scenarios of how the NPC was going to find out, and then it's just, yeah, she's super preggers. It's just like, Sorry, go
She's
ahead.
had
with-
morning sickness for like 4 days straight.
He's only been here,
I've heard it.
and he hasn't, but he wasn't there. That's what
I
I'm saying.
understand. I get it.
She
I get
passed
it.
all of her other
So
constitutions.
for us, it's no
Right.
big deal.
Right.
I know. I get it.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
No, don't
Go
be
with your
sorry.
conversation. My bad.
So, what exactly did you see last night?
A gnoll had somehow snuck into your tent. And I just wanted to take that jackal-looking motherfucker and split him in twain.
Well, I mean, if a gnoll had got in my tent, I would
Which
have
he did,
really appreciated
because it was you.
protection. But if it was me,
I didn't know that at first.
right. So if, let's just say in the future, you see me transform into a gnoll or something otherwise distasteful.
Didn't see that. Just he was in your tent, so I figured you would be in your bag. You know, your nap.
Okay. So you saw it, but had no idea. The conclusion of me being a were-gnoll was later rationalization.
When I realized you turned back into you.
Okay. But see, I didn't.
But you did.
I'm gonna try to be really upfront. Like I may have some.
Where's the bite?
No, I mean, there may be some things about me that are unsavory, but I'm not a were creature.
That's the end of that. Okay, sorry. I was expecting something. Sorry. I was trying not to just die. Okay.
That's what does it to you.
Yep. Maybe you don't know. And it took me a long time to realize that I'm a wizard. And it wasn't until a time of much, like, fear and anger.
Okay.
So maybe that's what's going on with you. Maybe you're just, like, sad.
Is there any way I can get a read on what's going on here?
You could channel divinity him.
I could.
That would give you his thoughts. When you say get a read on him, what do you mean more specifically?
I mean, I want to know if he's like. I'm pretty sure at this point he's not a wizard.
So you want to know basically, is he batshit crazy or is something else going on with
Yes.
him? I gotcha. I would say maybe your channel divinity would give you the same visions that he's had,
Okay.
but otherwise, an insight check. An insight check would just tell you whether or not he believes what he's saying.
Yeah, and he totally does.
Yeah.
Could I guess I'll try that. I'm going to try to read surface thoughts.
All right.
And I'll ask him, can you tell me about the potato me?
So, I keep dreaming that.
Doesn't he have to make a save for that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just asking me.
Well, I mean...
He's asking you, but he wants to read your thoughts at the same time.
Oh, sure. Okay, well, I'm going to tell him. And
Sure.
I rolled a 17.
You're good.
Plus or minus something.
Probably good.
What was
16.
it? What was it? Wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah.
It actually, for saving throw, yeah, it's a 19.
Yeah.
I'll
mark that off, though.
They keep telling me that I have to kill you and Marina. So I decided that maybe I would build you and Marina so that whenever they ask me to do that, I do it. Yeah, smart, right? Because
It's much better than the alternative, I'll say. But do be careful. You know what happens when you mash potatoes.
pregnant.
Yeah. Let's... Maybe not the most relevant thing I could have said or asked. Can we circle back around to they? Who is the they? That's
In the
telling me to
dreams,
kill
you know,
me?
the same ones you're having.
Oh, the dreams are the they.
But now there's more guys. Like, it's an old-ass elf with a nice robe that kind of looks like my pillow. And then there's this, like... Whatever. He was stupid. I tore him in two. Just like I was about to do to you before I realized it was you.
Right.
But see, we didn't. See?
Scooting a little
All
bit.
worked out.
Welby is afraid. Welby is kind of backing away. And saying, well, keep those potato usses, I guess, close at hand.
Yeah, I'll have to get a refill pretty soon, probably. But
I'll help if I can.
you know, they're getting a little mushed.
Yeah.
I mean, the tomatoes give like a nice softness too.
You have no idea where these dreams that we're having are coming from, right?
Our brains.
Smart.
Thank
To be
you.
fair, for a Goliath, that's a pretty good answer.
Honestly,
Smartest
Smart.
wife, you know.
Okay.
He's not bad. I mean, he's got a 8.
Better than Zev.
Better than a rude.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll break camp.
Okay. You all pack up, load back on the wagon. You get on your poor horse, who actually does protest at the sight of you this morning.
I feed it something.
Okay, I'm still going to have you go ahead and make an animal handling check for me.
It's fine, I'm sure.
Yeah,
It's a 6.
the horse visibly recoils as you tried to feed it, and
What a
it
weird 4.
refuses to let you mount.
I'll get a different one.
From
Well, I'm assuming he had more than one horse on
He
his
did.
wagon, and we took all of them because he took all of ours.
you also said you took the wagon, but I'm guessing you don't have that with you.
That probably was left behind.
Correct.
So we have the horses on a string.
That's what I would think.
All right. Fair enough. One of the other poor bastards is now carrying you.
Ha I would like to treat it well and walk beside it some
Okay. Very
throughout
well.
the day. I'll carry it for a little while. See how it likes that.
Okay. There's that. So with a Herculean effort,
I think at some point while he's carrying the horse, I need to try to talk to Marina.
there's enough room for you in the wagon.
Yeah. Marina.
In the wagon with me and Callum.
Yeah, it's hot, by the way. It's like super hot.
That's fine. Marina. Our friend out there, and I point at the thing carrying the horse.
Marina's got a
Something
hand
became a Ren and
on the
Stimpy
window.
episode. I don't know what happened.
I don't
Sorry.
think he's all there.
You were just now realizing that.
Yes, I do have to ask, what was your first clue?
Well, there's a lot, but what's pertinent is there's something speaking to him that we can't see.
I can just imagine Thoot right now, like singing, holding that damn fucking horse, just happy.
It's a beautiful moment. Do you think he's crazy, or?
No, I wanted to. That would have been easier.
I do have to admit, his conduct last evening was troubling.
You're telling me.
Yes, I'm sure it's even more so for you, being the recipient of.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about our friend.
I'm worried about quite a bit going on in our little adventure. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if everything was connected.
Yes.
Listen, Callum, who did you make a deal with?
Well, just going right to the heart of the matter. I made a deal with an entity known to me as the benefactor.
Marina nods.
He was brought to our attention from Prince Mephalan himself. He was supposed to, if we did his bidding and brought to him the blood of one of the ancient lines of Chiron, he was to help us overthrow the king. Please understand, I am loyal to my country.
I really don't care about that, so don't fret.
King Mephalan is a good man, but his rule has been one of stagnation and decline. Chiron is an older kingdom, and it is falling apart at the seams. The prince, despite his age, has always had a very sharp mind and wonderful ideas. But his father has always kept him in the back, always kept him out of any real ability to cause change. We thought this was the best idea, to quietly and bloodlessly remove the king from his position and put someone on the throne who could restore our kingdom to glory. But the benefactor's aim was not what we were expecting. We were expected to take these powers that none of us understood and kill the king. It's not what any of us expected.
So, how it was supposed to be a bloodless coup, or
That was at least my aim. I know Shesriath and a couple of the others were not so naive looking back. I probably should have listened to her more, but well, we are where we are.
What do you think of this prince now that you've had a little time to look back on things?
He's not the same boy that he was then. Something, maybe it's the curse, but something has grown in him, taken root, and discarded him. And what's left is a monstrosity in human form.
Do you know what the benefactor really wanted other than the death of the king?
Well, I'm not really sure. There are who knows what those kinds of entities ever want. Their plans are varied and complex, and not particularly something that I've ever really had much of a mind for. I'm not a religious man. more of a...
The things they want usually turn out to be much simpler than we think they are.
Of course, I'm open to interpretations, but I'm afraid I don't know where to steer you in that regard.
And the blood of her girl, I say awkwardly,
Yes.
with Marina there. What did
Was-
that have to do with this plan?
The benefactor wanted Marina's blood. And I didn't want to, because I was afraid that it would make her leave. Her daughter was already working for Colonel Fitzsimmons instead of myself, and I figured it would be safer. If something did go wrong, it wouldn't be Marina. So we invited the girl over for a dinner reception, drugged her drink. I didn't know it was going to kill her. Honestly, I had no idea. When we went to prick her finger with the supplied dagger, it leapt from our hands and stabbed her instead in the heart. By the time we were able to remove it, he's very purposefully avoiding eye contact with Marina, and really you as well.
And she's very pointedly not looking anywhere.
The deed was done. And the benefactor said that we had broken our agreement, that we had not fulfilled the contract, that we had given him someone who was not up to task. And when I again protested, now knowing what would happen to the victim, our contract was broken, and all of us were cursed. A curse that has been rampaging across us for the better part of a few weeks now. I'm sure you've seen the victims and what has happened to them. I feel as if I've actually gotten quite a good end of the deal, only being warm. So far. I have no illusions. This is going to kill me. But I didn't turn into a monster like the Vice brothers. No wet dog smell like Admiral Verstappen. I'm just slowly burning to death.
What do you think he actually wants?
Something to do with the fall of the king. There's
But why me?
something to do with your family. I know that your family has roots in Kaya but I don't know why a servant family would be special in any regard. Forgive me for my word usage, but
Do you know anything about your family that might make this thing interested in you or them?
We used to not be servants.
what
did
were you?
you used to be?
We used to be in power in Chiron, and we were forced out.
I think I've heard this tale.
I
It's
don't
a-
remember many details, because I did not care to listen to my mother rambling about our...
It's a legend. It's not something that really is taken seriously.
Well, let's take it seriously for a minute.
There's an old legend that a great tragedy befell Chiron in its early days, and there were families who were responsible, and there were families who were defenders, and the families who were responsible were exiled.
We were always told, growing up, that it was not our fault, and we were wrongly accused.
That may very well be. I know political machinations have not exactly pure motivations most of the time.
But what wasn't your fault? What happened?
I don't know.
The stories just say a great evil.
A great evil doesn't sound like something political. does it?
It's what we were always told. I mean, who honestly ever believes that your grandfather's grandfather's grandfather vanquished some horrible monstrosity? It has to be. Look at the Grey Castles, for example. The great founder of Eichner was no holy warrior. He was a robber baron. It's what they tell themselves to establish legitimacy later.
Do you know how the three of us, and point at Marina out the window again, wound up in gas?
Bum bum. Bum 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 bum.
I've heard mention of a kraken.
Yeah. Does that sound like a fairy tale?
I suppose you're right. Well, apparently there is some legitimacy to these legends then. If that's the case, then Marina's family would have been on the part of the supposed great evil, and my family would have been against it.
She was innocent.
I'm not sure what I'm not sure what side either of you are on right now.
He just kind of looks over at Marina for a second. I know. Mr. Good Fortune, I am a naive fool. I am not worthy of my title, or my lands, or my very life. I have no ill will against any of you. But my naivety has a cost, and one that I am willing to pay.
Marina, when a benefactor promised you vengeance, did you accept not knowing what he wanted in return?
I wanted to make them pay for killing her. She was all I had. She was the last thing that I had at that point. And if I could make them pay, I didn't care what it cost me.
I understand not caring what it costs you, and I understand hating the person that kills something important to you. I know what it's like to be that person. But if you don't know what this thing's endgame is, if we don't know what we're headed for, well, what you're going to take away from everyone might be worse than anything that's ever been taken away from us. This thing wants blood. I don't know if it's the same thing that's talking to Thoot. If it is, it wants ours. If it isn't, it wants his. Or it wants the prince's. Or it wants yours. If something wants blood of royalty, I don't know what it's going to do with it, but I think we ought to find out before we give it to him.
How do we do that?
I don't know, but there are a lot of people who deserve justice. Sometimes what they need is mercy. I'm going to go talk to Jenkins. It's hot in here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, no, I'll try to get up into the other cart.
Make an acrobatics. No.
When he leaves that cart, I'd like to say, "Didn't get too furry in there, did it?" Da dun, da 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 dun. Because he's a were it's a were creature.
I'll bare my teeth at food.
Oh man, real mouth.
Marina. Is it true?
It seems to be.
I don't know what to say. How? What's your plan here?
I don't know anymore. If this killed me, I was okay with it. I'm still not entirely sure that I'm not okay with it anymore. If I still die, that's fine with me, but I can't die yet.
I understand. It's not my place to press. But I would very much prefer that you live.
I'm Amy, and you're listening to the Date Night Podcast. If you're interested in the homebrew items, class and race options, and other unique things about the show, you can get more information about a lot of them from our friendly neighborhood game moms Dungeon Masters Guild titles. Some of them are offered free or pay what you want, and others are just a few dollars that are used to help support the show. You can find all of the titles by going to our website, datenightpodcast.com, and clicking the store tab, or by searching for Will Mayer on dmsguild.com. There are titles like The Path of Fury for the Barbarian, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Rules for Building Your Own Homunculus, Bloodlines, A Guide to New Playable Races, Backgrounds and Feats, and Crinklefire Touch's Guide to Homebrew Magic Items made for the campaign. Now, let's get back to that campaign and hear what's in store next for our characters.
That evening, you all make it to his estate, which is a very fine manor, two-story. I've got the map here if you guys want. The text didn't come out great from the picture, but here's a general map if you want to take a peek.
It's good.
Cool.
As
You guys can keep that copy. I have one.
The top is the first floor.
Yeah. As you arrive, there are gardens. There's a grounds. You don't see any other buildings really within eye shot, although the landscape is a bit more hilly than what you're used to in Gast. But you don't get the sense that there's like a lot of neighbors nearby. You know, it's its own structure kind of thing. You do see a couple of servants out front, dressed nice for their station. It does look like he takes care of his people. And as he leads you in, he says something to one of the house attendants, and they sort of rush off. And he turns back around and says to Jenkins, "Let's keep the dinner service at a minimum tonight. Send the rest of the staff home for me, would you?" "Yes, of course, sir." Right this way, I suppose. Would you like to be shown to your rooms to freshen up? There is some dinner tonight. I was planning on having a rather large meal, if everyone's okay with that. I know it's been a long ride.
She turns a little green.
Or not.
She's eating for two, you know.
Food's great.
I'm aware. Food? All right. maybe in about an hour or so in the main dining hall. Is that agreeable with everyone?
Sure.
Very well. Let me show you to your rooms. And he takes you upstairs. There are several rooms on one side of the house. They each have their own sort of privy connected to them, although you get the sense that it's just, basically a hole that goes down to, and he actually leads Marina to the chambers of the former Lady Montrose and shows her to that door. The staff does see you, and they look shocked, I guess is the best word for it. You especially. They've seen halflings before, and a couple of them do give some sideways glances when they see Marina, but nobody...
Do you know any of them?
You know quite a few.
And she's not going to want to go into the ladies'
Oh, would you prefer a different room? It hasn't been used in years, Marina.
It was still hers.
Very well. Jenkins, would you show her to one down the hall, please? Yes, of course. Right this way, my lady. And he shows you to a different room down the hall. Callum kind of retreats into his own room, and that's the end of it. Decor is very nice. It doesn't have the sort of muted opulence of Eichner and the Grey Castles. It's full on like frickin' what's that show on PBS?
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey. Yeah,
I was just going to say the Great British Baking Show. I was like, that's not what he's going
It's
for.
full on like
So it's tuned?
Downton Abbey levels of stuff everywhere, like tapestries. There's musical instruments and an entire room for drawing and all these sorts of things. Very pretty house, and you basically have full reign of it. No one challenges you at any point.
I'll look for the library.
All right. You find it easily enough. It's the one with all the books.
Mm-hmm. I'll just stand across, and I'll sort of ask in my head if there's anything Seth Algama would like to learn about over the next hour while we wait for dinner.
Yes, that one over there. And he directs you. Sort of like your arm is not really yours anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of tugs you along, and it comes to a volume. It's dry. It's like lineage histories and
Sure.
like very like land deeds being swapped and stuff like that, buying and selling.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you kind of want to pull your eyes out at the end of it, though.
It doesn't bother Welby too much.
Not fair.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just read that until they call us for dinner.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything else?
Probably sit down.
It's fair. It's fair. It's a power move. About an hour later, you hear a gentle tingling of a bell, signifying dinner. When you do come down to the main dining area, there are places set for everyone. Callum is in more fancy, formal dinner dining attire. Still has the same crimson motif that he's had, but it's definitely not travel clothes anymore. Oh, welcome. Please have a seat.
Did you wear your red clothes just in case you got stabbed? Because that'd be pretty funny. Like, no one could tell.
No, these are more of a family color.
All right. Ironic, I guess. Is that irony? I don't even know. I heard a song once. This guy in a bar sang it. I think it was the guy. I don't know. It wasn't his song.
I think that's the correct usage.
How serendipitous.
Also perfect.
Quite. There's breads, cheeses, meats. I mean, it's a proper feast. You know, the servants do come around to sort of like
Make the big sandwich.
attempt to prepare your plate for you, but then they clearly see Welby grabbing, and I'm assuming Thoot as well. Is Thoot just going for it, or is he going to let himself be served?
Oh,
Okay.
no. In fact, I feel like it'd be more like a feral animal, somebody trying to reach for his plate. But
One does come within about one does come within it, but they stop just a hair out of melee range. Yes, sir.
5'1".
What would you like for drink?
Ale.
Ale. She kind of looks over at the cook for a second. Yes, I think we still have a cask of that.
Just bring the cask.
It'll save you some trips.
She looks over at Montrose. He's like, it's all right. It's all right. Yes. Very good, sir. Very good.
Yeah.
She steps away.
You need one cask, Montrose?
Another one
Kings.
comes up. A different one comes up to you. And for you, sir, what would you like to drink?
I'll have what the house recommends.
I'll share, Wilby.
Very good, sir. Very good. Did you come to dinner? No, you're still upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not feeling well and hiding.
You think she would want to eat?
Jenkins didn't have another proper guest room for you, but there is sort of like another servant's room there, so you might actually feel slightly more comfortable in
Yeah.
that. Okay. He did apologize profusely and attempt to clean it up as much as possible
And
before.
she's just trying to say, no, it's fine, just go.
Very, very well. The bell is there if you need anything.
I've been here before.
I understand.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you around again, if I may be so bold.
Thank you.
While eating some sort of roast beast.
Yes.
I would imagine that. Where's Marina?
I don't believe she was feeling well from before. She did roll another crit fail.
I have to get her a doctor. Aren't you a doctor? Just make her better. She needs to eat.
I mean, I don't think it works that way. I don't think I've got anything that can make.
I mean, you're a wizard.
No, you're.
I'm a superior wizard. But like you, I don't do what you do.
Right. Do you think anybody who does magic is a wizard?
Yeah.
Big nod.
You make eye contact with Callum. He's like, yes, of course.
Another adequate usage of the word.
I'm a fire wizard, apparently.
Wait, that's not right.
No, it's not. Right.
But that's how it works.
Of course. Yes, I studied very hard all my life.
Sounds right. That's how you get in a house like this. I bet he could beat me in arm wrestling too.
Oh,
Last king could.
Let's not. No, at least not at the dinner table. So,
Go ahead.
regale me with some of your tales. Imagine you've been around
I
quite all
bought
over
a
the
really
place.
nice dress the other night.
Say what?
I bought a really nice dress the other night.
Oh, I'm sorry. I assumed you were.
Huge cock and balls. It's fine. No, this is for disguise.
Oh, so you're one of the more dexterous, shadowy types.
I mean, it didn't work. But it was a good tale. I met a friend. We did drugs. What fun.
I'm sensing there's a much more compelling story there.
Nope. I tried to buy a boat. I sell a boat? Buy a boat? Where'd he go?
Welby, how did you get wrapped up in all of this?
You mentioned the Grey Castles before.
Oh, yes.
Actually, it sort of started there.
I can't imagine anything that happens in Eichnia to be of favorable fortune.
Well, I was in a dark place, I guess. And more
Closet.
kind of, but way, way down, like a closet in a sub-basement.
Oh, well.
Yeah, sort of.
That's where your name came from?
Yes.
Well, I'll be. Roll credits.
Can we have the time of our life play now?
Right?
Hashtag not sponsored.
If I change it a little bit, they can't.
I was in a dark place, and more than one hand sort of reached down to get me out of there. Surprisingly enough, one of them belonged to Lord Greycastle. He needed a favor.
Lord Greycastle actually asked for something.
Yeah.
Oh, now I must hear the end of this.
Well, You know he has a boy.
He has two.
Yeah. He's got one worth mentioning.
Jürgen, of course.
No, Malik.
Young Malicus.
Mm-hmm.
What befell the poor boy that would require the great Yannick Greycastle to ask for help?
Kidnapping.
Malik was kidnapped?
Yeah. Some orcs gonna take him over to Slaver's Bay, I believe.
What? He's just genuinely like melting into this tale now. Orcs?
Yeah. It was in the first episode.
What would Akagi have to do with the Greycastle family?
I'm sure he was worth a pretty penny. I mean, Greycastle's got a lot of money.
I always thought him more calculating than that. A simple ransom demand.
You mean the guy over in Lamoche? The one who's just repelling attacks?
To be fair, the Destroyer is not supposed to be some common orc. It's supposed to be a leader, just bringing clans together that have been at desperate odds for generations. So the stories go, of course. I've never actually met the man.
No, I haven't heard that much about it, to be honest. Just what people in Arborton say, if any orcs have ever made landfall there.
So you rescued the youngest son of Jürgen Viserius Greycastle and brought him back.
Yeah. In exchange for, I don't know, again, sort of getting out of a tight place. You ever seen, like, Escape from New York or any of those?
No, I don't believe I have.
You never read that scroll?
I've never read that particular scroll.
Okay.
My guess, though, that's awesome. I am absolutely floored by this. Such news has not made the gossip yet.
Well, I guess now it has.
Your delighted grin there.
Yeah, so, like I said, we were, all of us, I suppose, in prison in Ikea not that long ago, till Greycastle put us together. And we'll be sort of questioning those motives at the same time I am. And it seems like we had more in common than we thought.
Well, the Duke is certainly a man of good taste to have picked 3 heroes such as yourself from his cadre of prisoners, I suppose. Because I know that most don't make it out of those pits.
Yeah, that's how I understood it.
Well, congratulations are in order then. And about this time, a nice goblet of like a dark red wine arrives for you. And of course, your cask of ale is brought over by 3 or 4 servants
That's great.
and sort of set on a table next to you. You can kind of pull tap as you want to.
I would appreciate it.
To chance meetings.
To good luck.
To where Welbings?
Indeed. And you all were afraid of me.
Your ale is poisoned.
Roll for initiative.
2.
Well, so dinner sort of passes. You make pretty amiable conversation. There's no serious topics discussed. He is extremely interested in hearing about all of your adventures. And
We met a moose who grew fungus on his back.
oh dear,
And
was the poor
his
thing
front?
diseased?
No, it was good on the front.
It's good on the front, but on the back it was not.
I trust you put it down.
He lived. And then there was this pirate, and he's super addicted to drugs. But
I
like
imagine quite a
as a
few pirates
coping
are.
mechanism, that's what we say in D&D times. And He's fine now, 100%. He went to sleep. We took the drugs out of him by force, and then put him to sleep. But he got up too, and now he's better, happy as can be, and really good at sneaking around. I couldn't find him, even though I was wearing a disguise.
Well,
And that's probably about all of our shared stories that don't involve killing your friends.
We had a baby, actually.
Which I don't think I'd actually say.
We had a baby.
Eats a boy.
Yeah.
he just kind of looks between the two.
We
of you
made
again.
it ourselves.
Made.
We made it ourselves. I had a dress on then too, didn't I?
You
It's
did.
like a running theme. Am I right?
By the way, the servants look horrified. There's probably 5 of them in
Just
this room.
enjoyed my wine.
Well, anyway, what a great heist that was. I made an invisible man come out of me, and he turned out to be worthless, like he normally is. But, man, am I right? Yeah, we had fun.
Well, I
It's
certainly
been
know-
like, what, 48 hours?
It's been a crazy 2 days.
You only have one left. I have to make a decision. Y'all have a good night.
Do you have any gods at your
Take
estate?
the
I
big.
thought I was going to have one, but he never seemed to arrive.
I murdered him. No.
It apparently hasn't been worth the investment. I have servants, but your door does lock. I would use it.
Yeah, that's not going to help. But all right.
Well, is he going to become a problem?
You're asking me to predict sort of the unpredictable here.
I understand. I figured maybe your experience with him might give you some better insight into that matter.
Surprisingly, no.
Very
Can I
well.
ask a pertinent question about
Sure.
our host?
Absolutely.
Is he also currently looking like he's cooking while not in an oven?
Like the
Yeah.
pepperoni.
I mean, he,
Oh God, I'm just picturing
He is-
He's a pepperoni roll now.
Lord Calamontrals. He does look. The best way to describe
It's
it.
weird. He just keeps getting warmer.
He looks very flush, like a person who.
Like an Irishman.
Sure.
Been drinking for far too long.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah.
Right. The rosacea is strong with this one.
The rosacea is very strong with this
Yeah.
one. And occasionally, he actually has probably undone the very top button on his suit just to kind of.
Do you think that he has heartburn real bad?
I mean, I would imagine he has everything burn real bad.
So yes.
Too much Mexican.
Way too much Mexican. You see, he had Indian the first night.
Thai the second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he asked him for Thai spicy. And I'll tell you right now, don't. I did. Don't tell them. No, it's fine. Make it Thai
If
spicy.
they warn you, eat it.
Well,
I order medium now.
suppose we'll convene for the evening and see you in the morning. Have a good rest. If you need anything, you have a bell in your chamber, and any of the servants will be along momentarily.
Thoot makes his way to the conservatory.
Do I have that on the map?
Yes.
Okay. Rock on.
It's on the first floor.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I imagine there's like a shit telescope in there.
It's a rather nice one. I mean,
Super bad.
most things.
D&D times.
Most things in here are very well. He's got a lot of older things that probably passed down generationally, but they're very well taken care of, and they are the best that could be bought.
I'm just gonna try to look through some sort of telescope.
Sure.
Is it pointed at his neighbor's estate?
No, it
It's
is
really
pointed at the
creepery?
sky.
Okay,
No, it is
good.
pointed at the sky. Not knowing too much or not understanding too much about the cosmology myself, I'm going to do the best I can here. You
You're
see
fine.
very pretty lights.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Sky dots.
Under my breath, just in case anybody is keeping an eye, I want to start cursing at the cosmos for like maybe 90 minutes, and then I'll go to bed.
I can see that.
I like the
guy
idea of the
sitting there.
telescope stand being too low.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He's almost like 90 degrees bent
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
to look at it.
And not
Uh,
sitting.
Motherfucker,
No, like
nasty
bent
open.
over, not kneeling, nothing like that, not squatting.
Yeah.
No, just bent over.
Fucking stars.
Twinkle.
You just always blanking at me and not giving me any messages.
Oh, you like to twinkle like that, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, show you how to twinkle.
Oh god. New campaign hook. We just invent star cursing for the next 90 minutes. That's what after that
Twinkle, twinkle,
you go,
my ass.
or pull the Samuel L. Jackson. Twinkle, twinkle, motherfucker.
Yeah, always the Sam Jackson. The one that says badass
right.
motherfucking.
So after that you go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna Lord of the Rings my bed prancing pony thing where they put the pillows on the top of the bed to look like they're there, but I'm actually under the bed.
I have a thing for that if you need to borrow it.
No, you need that. I don't want to take
It
that
already
from
has
you.
a W on it. You know
Like
it's
if
supposed to be.
It's there
if
because of you.
anything, I need to make 3 or 4 more of them. But I'm just gonna do my best with what I have to make a pillow well-be, and then go under
make
the
a
bed.
performance check for
Oh,
me.
good.
Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Die. That's right.
Hey, that's,
You roll things. It's not bad.
13.
13. That's probably passable.
Okay.
We'll see what his perception check is when he inevitably tries to kill you in the middle of the night.
110.
It's your foolproof plan.
Are you under the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So are we all going to sleep?
Yeah, it's cozy down here.
All right. Is Marina going to sleep? Does her dice have to tell her first?
Yep. I'm not sleeping very well, but I am asleep.
Again?
No.
Good lord.
No REM sleep. Damn. Yeah. No REM sleep.
It's been a rough couple of
It
days.
has been a rough couple of days. Jesus.
She did.
Between your constitution fails and your nightmare rolls.
I'm glad we haven't done anything because otherwise she'd be dead at this
Seriously.
point. Went down through the servants' stairs to the kitchen and got some simple, small, plain food.
And they were more than happy to provide. The cook did a second look at you, but then he was just like, "You are back?"
Just something simple, please.
Oh, but of course, I have some bread, I have some cheese. What,
No crabs, please.
no crabs? But I have this, Zutalos. I have missed one. No. Very well. He pulls a couple of different rolls off the counters. He gives you like a little sampler plate with bread and cheese.
Thank
Anything
you.
to drink? We still have your favorite wine.
Just some water.
Water. It is a
But
waste
not a
to have water with such... Very well. Here is your water.
Thank you very much. Back to her room she goes and lock.
Okay.
In case people didn't understand, lock.
Lock.
And that's just random school.
Sleeping. Sleeping.
Doors locked, anything I can in front of the door. Under the
Perception check.
11. Roll over, look at the door.
bed. Look at the cat. You stepped on the cat.
Yeah. Go. You can look at the door if you want to. Investigation check.
It's good we're not fighting tonight.
Okay, that's
8.
18. Oh, 8?
It was a 4.
That's
Plus a
high.
4.
That's high enough. It's one of those locks where like the inside has the brass piece that goes straight up and down, and you just click it over. It hasn't moved. I'm guessing that's what you were looking at with the lock.
Initially, yeah.
Okay.
Around the rest of the room,
Nothing seems to be out of place in the rest of the room. This did sound distant. I know it's hard to pick up
okay.
from. This did sound distant. Like
Intelligence check then.
maybe it was a louder noise, but it was a loud noise far away.
Callum did have Mexican food.
And all of you are awoken by an explosion.
Kaboom!
Oh. I'm not a gnoll!
The floors all rock up
Oh, shit.
and drop down, and any of you you're on the floor,
Uh-huh.
you fly up, smack your face. No damage, but you fly up, smack your face into the top of the bed, and then fall back down to the floor. And ear-shattering kaboom. I just did a Marvin the Martian sound there. An earth-shattering kaboom.
Did Montrose just blow up?
That'd be pretty cool.
I was thinking about
Like,
that at dinner.
we just ate dinner with a...
And then the
Fucking
screaming begins.
I was going to try to save that guy.
Frantic shrieking from the servants' side of the house, and there's noise and opening doors, and you heard one scream that seemed to cut off too quickly.
I will leave my room if it's not on fire.
Not yet.
Great.
Gonna
I
get
will
up. And
Open my door.
Okay.
Do I know where they are?
You saw where Welby was introduced to a room. You probably didn't see Jenkins lead Marina down the hall to
Probably
her
not.
room.
I'll go to Welby's room.
oh no! I'm trying to put my
I
armor
wanna
on.
Try to grab him by the drawers.
Oh my God! Okay.
No, I mean, now's the time. It won't look like it was me.
Sure.
No.
Makes
He got
perfect logical
exploded!
sense. He's taking the deal. He's taking the no.
I want to smash his door in.
Okay,
As,
make
as
an attack
hard
roll.
as possible. Really? Okay.
Did I find anything to put behind it?
No, it's not a great roll. 14.
That beats AC 13 for a door. Yeah.
Ah!
All right.
Perfect.
So
I smash the door.
Yep.
Or at least
door
into
smashes
it.
in. Sure.
Shit.
It's not much.
It takes him a couple of kicks, so it does finally.
Do I have any other exits?
Oh, I don't think so. Let's see the map again. Shit.
No, there's no way it's an exit. Unless it's a window.
Yeah, maybe a window.
Let's see. Top floor. I got it upside down.
Maybe the privy hole.
The guest room does have a window, and it has a door to the shared privy between your two rooms.
Really?
Yes.
I'm going into the privy.
Okay.
And I'm trying to go through the other side
I'm yelling.
into his room
Welby! Welby!
to sneak
Smashing
out
in.
behind
Yeah.
out
Okay.
of his room.
So you guys
There's an
are,
explosion!
you guys were
we
up,
gotta go!
you guys were up here in this corner.
Yeah.
So this was Thoots, this was Welby's.
Sure.
So here's your shared privy. You're going out and over.
Yeah.
You're trying to come back through here.
Oh, okay. It's probably going to have me going by him in the hall, but
Yeah,
I'm still
I'm
going to.
smashing in.
Yeah, once he goes in, I'll try to go around.
So most of this was like servants' quarters, but this was where Marina's room was.
But I
Okay.
am saying,
Do I
we
know
gotta
that?
get out of here. We gotta go.
No, I'm just
Okay.
setting that up for general.
I guess.
That
Yeah.
was my next question.
Yeah. You're on the other side.
We
of the
gotta
stairs.
go! We gotta get out of here! The hot man exploded!
And about this time, Callum comes out of the master bedroom. No, he didn't. This is not me.
Something else happened! Welby!
And he looks.
I peek out of your room and I go, "What?"
You are a wizard. Let's go!
So
And hearing him yell, I would have come out.
okay, so the four of you are out in the hallway now. You don't see any flames or smoke or anything like that, but you
Goodness.
do still hear screaming coming from the
Head
lower.
for the stairs.
All right. So
We
you
should
guys,
go out the window. You know that's true.
You guys head downstairs.
Yeah, that's where I'm headed.
Okay. As you reach the bottom of the stairs and you're now on the first floor again,
Uh-huh.
there are flames everywhere. There is there's actually a charred corpse of one of the servants at the bottom of the stairs. And standing in the middle of that sort of grand foyer, like right in the middle there, is what appears to be a man, but a man covered from head to toe in thick metal and leather plates. You can't even see his face. It's obscured by this sort of Spartan-esque helmet. And on his back is a large backpack with flames erupting out of two ports on the top of it.
I banish him.
Okay. Roll initiative.
No, you roll a charisma save first.
I'm saying as you reach the bottom of the stairs, he
Is this-
sees you. Now
Johnny?
we're rolling for
This is
initiative.
Natural
Johnny
20.
from Malik's
Say
people
what?
who are hunting
Natural
Malik.
20.
Remember
Really?
it was the Human
Yes.
Torch
Sweet.
that we didn't fight?
How uncommon.
Oh, yeah.
So
6.
21. So 21 is the actual initiative.
14 plus 3, 17. Why did I put Thoot as enemy number 1? Holy
Well-
crap. That was.
Well,
So what is it? What is it actually?
It's actually 21
Actually 21.
on a natural 20.
All right, Welby.
6.
You did well,
Actual 6.
6.
Okay, Marina
I did slightly better at 8.
3.
at 8. Okay. So I haven't rolled for Callum yet.
This is a new one for Thoot, so if this works, he'll be very surprised.
That's what I prepared for level 4.
No, go away! Poof. There
Yeah.
you go.
We gotta go! Wait, can I banish the fire? No.
Yeah, that's what.
I unprepared create water, too.
That's a real sad thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Edna.
I thought animate dead would be helpful.
It might be soon.
Well, actually, there is a servant down there.
Mechanics-wise, does Marina recognize this person?
This person is a giant suit of armor.
That you can't recognize.
With a fiery backpack.
No, you've never seen a person with a giant fiery backpack before.
Does he work for the Grey Castles?
You'd have to ask him.
Hey!
Well, I mean, last time, the one we didn't meet was the guy who was called the Human Torch.
This may or may not be his brother. Because I may or may not wanted to reuse the stat block.
We never used the stat block.
Yep, that's why I'm okay with it.
Okay.
And he doesn't have to live.
Oh, it's gonna be hilarious if he just gets banished. All right, let's go. Later.
All right, you said wisdom save?
No, I did not say that.
Charisma save?
Charisma save, thank you. I was like, I thought it was a save. 8 plus nothing.
So no.
So he gets
Where are you
banished.
He goes to a demi
Harmless.
plane, a harmless demi plane.
For 10 turns.
This was the worst part of this encounter. Okay. So he turns around, he raises up his arms, and you start to see flames licking out of the sides of both of them.
Go away, go away!
And then just
You're going to have some, some leveling.
It does make a pop sound. It's like
Yeah. and the house is on fire, but by the way, the first floor is real on fire.
Should we? Is it
Continuing our theme
like,
of
do we
burning
have
manners.
It
do we
wasn't
have
me.
a path to the door, or would it be smarter
Should've taken the
to
window.
go back upstairs?
You
out the
probably should have
window?
taken the window.
All right,
You
go
might
back.
be able to get through, but it's going to be a few deck
So
saves.
I'll
I'll run,
Turn around,
I'll run back
go
up.
up onto the. What does this say? Because we came down the stairs and he was in the reception hall or in the ballroom.
I'm just going upstairs to the closest window. We're probably already still kind of
If you're
up,
going up
right?
the stairs, if you go under the stairs, there are windows there, according to the map.
so
Foyer.
Well, I'm headed to the closest
as a
window.
bonus action.
Oh, if we're
Out
still
the
in
back door.
initiative,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're still in initiative
Okay.
order.
Are there more enemies?
We're still in initiative order.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Yeah, let's go. I will.
Run away!
Yeah, run away up
Okay.
the stairs.
From the stench in the trenches?
I guess I get.
I heard up the stairs.
Yeah, I'm going up the stairs.
Yeah, unless there's.
I'm
are we
leaving.
still
Windows-
up? Did we
came-
make it all the way down?
You were almost all the way at the bottom of the stairs. That's when you saw
Yeah.
the burnt corpse and the.
I guess I'm going back upstairs
Fire
toward a
man.
window. Yeah.
So is he in
Okay.
the reception hall or is he in the ballroom or is. I guess he's got to be on the reception hall then.
I need my map. He's in the reception hall, literally at the bottom of the stairs.
And now he's not.
Oh, I thought the stairs.
And now he's not.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll head the charge back up the stairs to
Okay.
go out of a window.
Yeah.
As you get back up the stairs, the flames have progressed. You are seeing fire, and the floor is hot to the touch.
I'm gonna say as my last thing for my turn. What the fuck are these places made out of? Seriously,
Magic
this is
fire.
dumb. Even Goliaths make homes out of stone.
Yeah. Brick house. Gotcha.
It's mighty, mighty.
Right?
Putting all those flames out.
I mean, the roof is on fire.
Yeah. So, like it's that's his turn. The two of you are following him, I guess.
I guess. What
Okay.
about Callum?
Callum will follow as well. Although he does kind of say, "Well, that was lucky," and he turns around and follows you up the stairs.
I was going to ask him at dinner what he was going to do with this place when he was dead, but I thought it was rude. No, I'm glad I didn't ask.
He does look very stunned, like he's kind of looking around at all of his things that has been in his family for generations, just like, My other house.
I didn't burn this one.
My only other house.
I didn't burn this one.
And he goes back upstairs.
Okay, now how do we...
Thanks for sharing our date night with us and exploring a whole new world together. We'll see you again next week. Until then, keep in touch by following us on Twitter @Date Night Podcast or visiting datenightpodcast.com.